Sir John, how can you explain the suspension of Russia last week from the United Nations, or rather Human Rights Council, although there were other countries which have done more than what Russia has committed, but no one dares even point any fingers toward them? What's your point over that?
Well, to be honest, despite being an American, I can't sit here and say that the United States hasn't been guilty of things that equally should have gotten them suspended from the human rights or from the United Nations. Obviously, we're not going to be as we're one of the big five, and I was a little shocked, to be honest, that Russia was. I agree with it. Despite, like I said, my own country has been guilty of plenty of similar things, but I do agree with it. I think we need to, ostracize Russia from the international community through sanctions and through, like you guys have been discussing, getting alternative sources of gas and energy for Europe so that our threats can mean something. Because without that, Russia knows that Europe will that NATO will do nothing. So yeah, it was an interesting development.
Sorry to cut you to your thoughts, Mr.
Sorry,
John, but the question is why no one condemns what they have done and committed, and you know what I'm talking about, but rather they are all against Russia. Why they are not against a Zionist entity, for instance?
That's a great question. Politics, I guess, and so long as the United States which, for example, as I said, the United States has done things that should have gotten it ostracized from the international community, or Israel, of course, absolutely. But they won't, because the United States is sort of the de facto hegemonic power, and as such, and Israel is one of its closest allies, and so as such, politics, I guess, is the answer to your question. Politics.